Hello and welcome to another Xterra video where I work on my truck. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. And on today's video I'm gonna be working on organizing a little bit more of some of my off-roading equipment, some of my, you may say it's for recovery gear or camping gear, or well, it's kind of for everything. Most of the work is gonna be happening in the back of the truck, so let's go back in there and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna be working on. Alright guys, and this is what I have. So I got this axe actually some time ago. I used it a couple of times on the trail and even at my house. I was splitting the wood, but I also just picked up this saw. Now I was considering getting either a gas or electric saw, but the more I thought about it, the less I wanted it. Well, not that I less wanted it, but it's a little bit bulky. It's gonna take a lot of space. It requires maintenance, and in reality not very often I use it, but when I need it, it's not there. So I figured out why not to try and try just a manual, good old-fashioned hand saw. So this is what I picked up. It's very sharp. That way I always have some kind of saw with me, and it's very small, very light. It doesn't take space, it doesn't add any weight. So this is what I'm thinking to work on today, and secure it actually to my shelf. I know some people secure it outside and somewhere else, but I'm actually gonna try to secure it to my shelf. I also picked up these quick straps. I used them already on the side of my truck to secure the shovel. It's been there for like 2 years, didn't go anywhere, so that's pretty good. I got some hardware over here that I think I'm gonna use. Now to mount it over here, I have this aluminum flat piece that I'm actually thinking to cut it maybe 3 or 4 pieces. That's where the strap is gonna be connected, which I'm also gonna just simply use these self toppers and just screw it in there. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. That way I don't have to complicate my life trying to bolt it through, bolt on the other side. I don't think it's gonna go. If it's ever moves or something, then I'll reconfigure. Now to secure the saw, it's gonna be something like that, maybe not, right there, probably like somewhere over here or here. That should be fine as well. I'm actually gonna use this. I have 2 heavy-duty magnets over here. They are very strong. I have more of them, but I think 2 is gonna be enough. And of course they have a hole through, so I'm just gonna bolt it like that and gonna just hold it with the magnets. So the saw is gonna be held with the magnets, and the axe right here is gonna be held with these 2 quick straps. So let me start working on it. Let me start cutting this and see how I'm gonna space it apart, and yeah, let's see guys how this all gonna work out. So now I'm gonna cut a few pieces 4 3/8 long out of this, and this is gonna be for my support for the quick straps, and probably for the saw as well. I might not get 4 pieces from here, only 3, so I gotta have to find something else for the last piece, because I may need 4 pieces, but we'll see. Okay, 1 is done, and it's gonna be just like that. I'm gonna polish the ends, but this should be good. Alright guys, so originally my plan was to mount both the saw and axe on one side behind each other, but because I'm gonna have these clamps over here, I cannot put a saw blade in there. I don't think I can. So I think I'm just gonna spread them out. My saw is gonna be over here and the axe is gonna be here. That way with the magnets I can always just take this out, I think, hopefully. And yeah, so that way I only need 1 plate over here and 1 probably here, or maybe I don't even need it. Maybe I can just screw the magnet over here. But yeah, so as you can see guys, the plans always change. I mean, maybe it would have been good to have it all on one side, but then again, why? When I can put it 1 here and 1 here, that way if I need just 1 or another, I can take them separately. And because the table is over here, the blade is gonna be kind of covered, and the axe is gonna be over here. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good like that. So that way I can actually screw this clamp over here like that, Yeah, let me put it in place. Gonna screw that clamp over here. Actually, I can put the more back over here. That way I can screw this plate in the middle. Right, so I'm gonna screw this plate over here. That's gonna be my magnet support for this guy, and for the axe over here. Then I'm gonna have another support over here, which is gonna be for this. Now this is a little bit loose, don't fall. This is a little bit loose, so I'm gonna have to figure something out to maybe have some kind of rubber gasket or something so it doesn't wobble around. And then the third one is gonna be over here, and there's another magnet there. So in the end I only need 3 of these, so that's working out pretty good. So let me go polish the ends, and then gonna make holes, and I can start screwing this in and see how this is all gonna work out. Alright, so now I put them all together. So I'm thinking to drill all 4 holes in one shot, because this is aluminum, it should go easy. And then I can start working to see where exactly I'm gonna mount them, where I'm gonna exactly drill and screw this. Alright, so what I'm actually gonna do, this part of the axe gonna overlap with this handle, with this leg. So actually I'm gonna use either a big zip tie over here or a strap in the end to hold it in here as well. I'm gonna have this over here, and then I'm gonna have another plate like I was saying over here, so that's gonna be held secured over there with a magnet, and of course another plate over there, and that's it. So let me start measuring all of this, marking the holes for these clamps over here, and secure it. Alright guys, so this is pretty much how it's gonna be. So I have this one kinda in place, so now I know this can be here because I can mount the magnet here. Then another plate is gonna be over here with a magnet right there. And yeah, not too bad. Like I said, I'm gonna put a zip tie over here as well. I have plenty of zip ties, so it's gonna be easy to take them in and out. Or I can get a really short strap and hold it in here. Yeah, but this is coming out all right. So both of them are mounted. I mark it where I need to make another hole to mount this magnet over here, and then another one is going to be over here. That's to hold the saw. And then I'm going to put everything in place, make sure it fits, make sure nothing interferes with anything, and then I'm going to have to take everything apart because I gotta paint these guys. Now to mount these magnets I'm using this number 6 screws. They are long enough, they fit in here perfect. Now for now I'm just gonna use a regular nut, but once everything is assembled I'm gonna use the nail-on insert nuts for the back as well. Now for the handle part over here, I don't want to put a magnet just directly onto this because it's gonna be pushing it in and it's gonna be curved up. So I'm gonna be using a couple of these plastic spacers. This is just from the TV spacers. That way it's gonna be straight, it's not gonna be curved up or anything, and yeah, it already sits pretty good. So let me put the axe in place. Okay, this gets very tight and nice over here. Now this part I have to put something on the axe, so let me look into what I'm gonna put over here so it's more secure over there. But even if I put one zip tie over here, this is already nice, and this is nice. Well, I gotta screw this in place, but yeah, I mean, yeah, this piece of the blade sticking out over here, but I have it protected with a table, and for the most part it's me who's operating all of this, so if I cut myself, oh well. But yeah, this is coming out all right. So now I pretty much can take everything apart. I can paint these brackets because once I put them on, that's it, I know where they're gonna go. So let me take everything apart and paint them. Alright guys, all the plates are painted and it's all dry. So now let me assemble all of this together and we'll see how it looks. Now for this part over here, because the axis, this part is too narrow, I actually have these pieces left over, which is actually mounts for this, goes in there. So if I put this in there, that's gonna be perfect. I may secure it with a zip tie across, maybe not, but it's not really going anywhere without it anyways. So it's always good to have some spare parts if, and I usually don't throw stuff away. So let's put this all back in place. So for here I'm using a 1/2-inch screw with a washer and with a nail-on nut on the back. So let's make this all tight. Let's secure this in place, and now I can screw it over here. Even with 2 of them it's holding pretty good, but I'm gonna put all 4. Alright guys, and all of this is done. It's pretty secure. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, as always. So let's see if I can put this all in place. Start with the axe. Okay, and this is gonna be like that. So now with that gasket in there, it sits way tighter now. Yeah, sure, I think that's in. Now let's strap this one in. Okay, perfect. All right. Even without securing it over there, this is already secured. So now let's do the saw. There we go. There we go. So I can keep it like that, or I can keep it the other way around if I put something on the blade as a guard. So now let me put a strap over here. I actually picked up a while ago a bunch of them, but they're too long, so let me cut it. Or maybe I put a zip tie here. You know what? I'm not gonna cut this. Feel kinda it's gonna be a waste. So let me just put a zip tie here. Like whenever I need to use it, I can always cut the zip tie. This is too long. I just feel bad about cutting this, but then again, I'm gonna need it anyways, so might as well. But all I need is just a very short piece. Of course, I can always secure it not there. As a backup, I can always secure it over here. Like that. That way, if God forbid this breaks, it's not gonna be flying through the window. So yeah, let me finish this up. Might as well cut this. And I know a lot of people actually mount the axe over here with the shovel and stuff, but I didn't want to put too much weight on this. And since I have the shelf, I figured I might as well put it here. I think it came out right. Alright guys, so yeah, I cut it. Okay? I cut it since might as well do the right thing and do it from the beginning. So I cut it, I burned the end over here so it doesn't flake on me. But now it's gonna be too... But now it's too fat. It's not going. Okay, it is going. Okay, cool, nice. Okay, so as you can see, so now I can secure it over here just for double measure, and that's it. Now this is definitely not gonna go anywhere, hopefully. Maybe I should go pass it through here or through here, but anyways, I think this is all good. And there we go guys, this is done. I think it came out pretty good, and it shouldn't go anywhere. Not the axe, not the saw. Of course, and another reason why I needed this, because when you're on a trail, sometimes you have a fallen tree or something across that you can't really drive over. You have to cut it so and chop it apart. So this is a good thing to have. I don't want to carry a big electric or a gas chain. I think this is much better. We'll try and see how this is gonna work out. Maybe it will, maybe it not. But this is done guys. Alright guys, another project successfully done. I think it was a success. But what do you guys think? What do you carry with you on a trail? Do you carry the electric saw or gas operated saw? Or what do you carry to cut the trees or branches, whatever is falling and is in your way? I mean, yes, and a lot of times you can just drive over it, but sometimes this is not an option. And I already been in a couple of situations when there's a tree, and yeah, we had to kind of go around, which was kind of a little bit tricky, which easier was to cut it. So now at least I have something to cut it. Yes, it's gonna be a little bit physical, but I think it's still gonna be all right. So anyways guys, I really hope you guys gonna enjoy this little video. Maybe you guys were looking at some ideas what to use as well. So as always, I'm gonna leave all the links in the descriptions of the stuff that I use in case you guys want to check it out. So on this note, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I hope you might find it helpful, and as always, until next time, everybody, bye.